guys. Okay, February was, let's just call it a financial disaster, because that's what it was. I forgot so many things in the budget. Oh my goodness. Things came up. I apparently did not listen to Mauricio in previous budget meetings about the tires. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all of the things I screwed up when making the budget and how we dealt with them. And then at the very end, I'll let you know about each category. Let's get into it. I'm such a dork. So I know everybody wants to know about the tires, and yes, Mauricio earned $1,050 with Uber over his other job to pay for the tires and then several of the overages for the month. Yay! Yay, Mauricio! Mauricio, I gotta tell you, he is the best husband ever. I truly could not ask for a better husband when it comes to getting out there and working. I am just so lucky. So our first fails were not necessarily my fault. Melina got invited to 2 birthday parties, and so I had to buy birthday presents for those. I didn't have anything planned because I didn't know they were coming. Later on, we have a sinking fund category for Melina and school expenses and whatever. So in the future, that's where I'll take that money. But because the sinking fund is so new, it's not really built up, so I needed to cash flow it. Again, we'll probably be cash flowing everything for about 6 months before our sinking funds are built up. And so, you know, that was $25 for each birthday present for a total of $50. The next one was ridiculous that I forgot this. Valentine's Day. Now, Mauricio and I didn't do anything for each other. I know I made a joke in the budget drama video that we would go out for Valentine's Day, but we did not because we needed that money elsewhere. So no Valentine's for Wendy and Mauricio, but we didn't have Valentine's for Melina in the budget, and we needed a Valentine for Melina to give to my parents. We did end up moving things around. We used the Amazon money that I always have in there to cover Melina's presents, and then, you know, move some money around for a box of chocolates from Melina to my parents. A couple of things that we forgot didn't even occur to me. The U.S. Postal Service is not a category in my budget. I don't think about it until I need it. So that usually goes in the cushion, which is fine because we have a $100 cushion in there. Mauricio applied to work somewhere that required a mail-in application, and I think that was like $17. And me, my medical insurance claim, my $17,000 medical insurance claim has been rejected once again. So I had to peel it with OPM. Oh my goodness, never, ever, ever ask somebody like me to file an appeal, because I literally sent them a notebook about this thick of every single record with spreadsheets and labeled sections, and yeah, I am so type A organized. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I have a good feeling that OPM is going to side in my favor, but we'll see. And so mailing my claim to OPM. OPM is the Office of Personnel Management who covers all federal employees. So mailing my claim to them was $21. The next one was in my YouTube category. I actually ended up spending $24. I'm doing a collab this month with Kelly from Freedom in a Budget, and I'm super excited, but I couldn't get the recording. We're doing a face-to-face kind of collab, and I couldn't get the recording to work so well, and I finally needed to buy an app for my computer. So that was $24, and oh my goodness, I am super excited. This is really turning out to be awesome, and I can use it over and over because it's now mine. It's actually not an app, it's software. Yeah, I'm super excited that I have that. So now I can do like face-to-face collabs rather than just you do a video on this topic and I'll do a video. I can actually talk to people and collab that way. So super excited about that. Probably not an expense I should have spent, but oh well. Then we finally purchased Backblaze, and I know I've mentioned it before. It's going to be $5 every month, and it backs up my entire computer, including external hard drives. I am so happy to have that, because if something ever happened to my computer, I would be very upset that I had to replace the computer, but we do have insurance on the computer. So you know, if there is an accident or it gets stolen or whatever, we have enough insurance on the computer that we should be able to replace it fairly easy without a huge amount of expense to us. But I would lose all the data. And because a lot of my videos I film, you know, way in advance. So I actually have quite a bit of videos that have not been edited and uploaded to YouTube on my computer. And if I lost it, it would end my world. It would break my heart. Backblaze will allow me, if my whole computer disappears, is stolen, whatever, I can actually email Backblaze and they will send me a thumb drive with absolutely everything on my computer. And so that peace of mind, so worth $5 every month. Another expense that we had was a filling for Melina. Apparently she has a defective molar in the back and it had a dark spot, but it was decaying from the inside out. Don't ask me how that happened, but it did. And so Melina had to have that filled. That was unexpected. We completely didn't have anything like that in the budget, and that was $358. We did, however, have the cleaning scheduled. So I knew about the cleaning, and that was the first week in February. And we had put the money in for that, but it was the filling that had to be done the following week that we did not know about. And it was her first x-rays, so it was a pretty hefty cleaning bill because she did have to have x-rays and she had never had bite wing x-rays. And that's how they found the cavity, which is fortunate that she was able to have the x-rays this time. So we knew it was there and it was dealt with early enough. It wasn't a major issue. That problem is resolved and we're good. And then of course I had my neck injections in February, and yes, we created a sinking fund that would cover the copay, but I forgot to include the fact that I wouldn't have any money for the copay yet because our sinking fund is not fully funded yet. And so we had to cash flow that. So that was another, copay. Yeah, ugly. While it doesn't affect the February budget, Mauricio earns his money in February for March. And about halfway through February, I talked to the CPA about how much it would cost and found out it was going to be significantly more than I thought it was. And so that extra money on the tires actually is going to be carried over to the following month, and that will cover the extra money for the CPA for our taxes, because taxes are expensive. So let me go over category by category. Utilities are fairly constant. We put $461 in the budget and it ended up being $457.32. Transportation, obviously this is big and this is where the bulk of the change went. We had budgeted $520 in there, which, covers gas and all of those things, oil changes, whatever. This is where the tires went, and that ended up being $1,058.56. Melina School, $1,479. Obviously, that was a wash. Stores, we had budgeted $127.51, and we ended up spending $312.48. Yikes. Insurance and taxes, we budgeted $298.94 and it ended up being $299.21. That was a wash. Miscellaneous expenses, we started at $316, we ended up at $309. I'll call that a wash. Our total debt payments were right on as planned at $4,801.60. Our Cushing category, of the $100 we budgeted, we spent less than $35. So, that worked out well. So yay, that was a win. My YouTube channel expenses category usually is about $9.50 and it ended up being $39 this month. So wah, wah, fail. Medical expenses ended up being $858 and that was way over what we had planned. So wah, wah, fail again. But it's medical, so it happens. Our sinking funds were right on $325, what we planned, what we put out. So that was awesome. We ended up carrying over. Now, everybody always asks, when the end of the month comes and you have the extra left over, what do you do with it? Do you put it directly toward debt or do you carry it over to the next month? Because what we earn in one month goes to pay the bills in the next month, for us, it's a wash. It doesn't matter if we put it straight toward debt or we put it into the next month's budget, because ultimately it's going to go towards debt the next month. But in this particular scenario, because I didn't know what to do about the taxes, we didn't earn as what I had projected earning for Mauricio didn't cover the expenses. So for us, next month, we're carrying over $475. That $475 is actually going to roll over into the March budget, and it's going to cover our tax expenses, because I thought we were going to be paying one amount. It ends up we're going to be possibly paying significantly more. So if we don't use that with our CPA, then that money will roll over into the April budget and go straight into debt. But for now, it's going to sit there until we pay our CPA. Overall, we were able to cover all of our expenses because of all the things that I could have planned for, like the tires, that I didn't. But at the same time, we were able to come up with ways to pay for all these things without having to go into debt, without having to use the overdraft, without having to do any of that. So that's good. I don't know. I don't know what to say. But what I can tell you is the only next month, because Mauricio is like inches away from finishing college, he is going to take 3 classes next semester while working full time. So yeah, we're not going to be seeing him. So if we have any emergency money situations that come up next month, him Ubering not going to be an option, because he is going to be working his hiney off next for the next session. It is what it is. Relatively speaking, I screwed up several budget things, but you know what? I took care of them. So I'll say solid B. You know, can't give me an A because there were so many things I screwed up. And if I had listened to Mauricio 3 months ago when he said we need to start thinking about new tires, yeah, we wouldn't have had this financial situation. But we came up with a solution. So I am pleased with us, and so I will see y'all in the next one. See ya! Thanks for watching. Make sure you click on the big laughing face to subscribe to my channel. And I'm putting 2 videos that you can click on to keep on watching next to me. So go ahead and keep on watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!